Hello and welcome back to Math Science History. I'm Gabrielle Burchak, and today I want to give you a little secret. You might be a scientist already and not even realize it. I'm not talking about the lab coat, the goggles, or the beakers, though I love those. They're so much fun. I'm talking about the mindset, the habits, and the way you interact with the world. Today's podcast is all about your curiosity and how you have actually used a microscope. But first, a word from my advertisers. You might think you've never touched a microscope, but here's the thing. You already think like a scientist, and you've already used some of the same techniques scientists rely on every single day. And you do it with nothing more than your phone, your eyes, and your curiosity. Let's start with the most obvious microscope moment. Magnification. We all know that feeling. You get a photo from a friend, you pinch the screen, and you zoom in. Maybe you are trying to read impossibly teeny tiny text in a screenshot. Maybe you are looking at a blurry menu on a restaurant's website. Or maybe, let's be honest, you're checking to see if you have spinach in your teeth in that group photo. That action, taking something too small to see clearly and bringing it closer, is the same principle that Antony von Leeuwenhoek used in the 17th century when he became the first person to see bacteria under his handmade lenses. The tools are different, sure. He had tiny hand-ground glass lenses, but you have a high-resolution smartphone camera. But the instinct is identical. That is, I want to see this more clearly. That makes you a scientist. The act of zooming in isn't just curiosity, it's control. You are refusing to accept a vague or fuzzy answer. And in science, just like in everyday life, this is the first step to understanding something deeply. Now, here's another one you do all the time, adjusting the light. Imagine you are taking a selfie. The lighting is terrible. There's a shadow across your face, or the background is so bright that your face is washed out. What do? You move toward a window. You turn on a lamp. You shift your angle until the light works in your favor. Congratulations! You've just done exactly what a scientist does when working with a microscope. If you've ever seen one in action, you know it's not just about putting the sample under the lens. You have to adjust the illumination, where it comes from, how bright it is, how it hits the specimen. Sometimes that means moving the mirror in old-fashioned microscopes. Sometimes it means tweaking the condenser on a modern one. Why? Because light changes everything. The right illumination can take a flat, dull image and suddenly reveal textures, colors, and patterns you never noticed before. And in everyday life, shifting your light source, literally or metaphorically, is how you bring details into view. And then there's focus. We all know the phone camera moment. You hold it up, the images blur, you keep it still, and then click, it sharpens into clarity. That's exactly what happens when a scientist uses the fine focus knob on a microscope. Focus is where patience comes in. You can have magnification, you can have the perfect light, but if you don't take the time to adjust for clarity, you're just looking at a big, bright blur. Think about the times in life you've done this without even realizing it. Maybe you are trying to thread a needle or read a sign in the distance or capture the perfect photo of a bird. You make small adjustments, you hold steady, and you wait for the exact moment everything lines up. In science, that patience pays off in data. In everyday life, it pays off in understanding. So, there you go. 3 skills: magnification, illumination, and focus that you are already using every single day. The microscope might be the ultimate symbol of seeing the unseen, but you don't have to be in a lab to live out its principles. So, what are our 3 takeaways? Well, first, magnification. Zooming in isn't about seeing something bigger. It's about refusing to settle for good enough when the details matter. Illumination. Light can reveal truths you don't know were there. Changing the light can change the story. And finally, focus. Clarity takes time. The sharper the image, the better the understanding. So the next time you pinch to zoom, adjust for better lighting, or hold still for a clear shot, remember, you're not just playing with your phone. You are thinking like a scientist, one everyday microscope moment at a time. Thank you for tuning in to Math Science History's Flashcard Fridays. And until next time, Carpe Diem.